Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode ever of the LORZ-cast, or whatever the name of this shit is. Allow me to explain what the fuck's going on. I'm trying to. I realized all my kind of videos I make are commentary stuff, and I always I always start rambling, and I said to myself, well, maybe the best thing to do would be to sort of make like a podcast style of video. So that's what I wanted to make today. I have a bunch of topics that I want to discuss. I don't even have a co-host. I'm just by myself. And I realize not many people watch me. Only friends and maybe a couple more people. But whatever, I do this. I definitely did. Fuck. I don't do this for the money, so I might as well start rambling and talk about all the stuff that's interesting me lately. And maybe, who knows, maybe if I make more chapters to this podcast, maybe I'll bring some more people to talk with me. And the first thing I wanted to do today was to crack open a Pokemon booster pack, because it's been sitting on my desk since I don't know, maybe I bought it like 2 months ago, and I said I'm not going to open this pack until I record a new video, as some sort of motivation. But as you can see, I sort of forgot about the booster pack and I never opened it. So let's do it now. Maybe there's some good shit right here. Okay, I hope you don't mind looking at this mess of a desk. This is Pokemon Sol y Luna. It's in Spanish because I'm a filthy European. I've been to a Pokemon. Hold on, let me open it. Let me stop making noise before I start talking. Hold on, I'm not gonna talk until I'm done with this. So 3 to the front, and I'm gonna do it slow to build up some hype or something. First we have an energy. Yeah, I know. I think there's always an energy at the back of the Sun and Moon packs. So okay, spin that. I'm not even gonna comment on the cards unless I get something really good. So let's get this over quickly. Alright. And it's been only like 3 minutes since I started recording, and there's already people slamming the fucking door. Alright, let's keep on going, because I don't want to start ranting. Nothing special so far. I think we're approaching the end of the pack. Next will be the reverse. I think, yes, this is the reverse, and it's a shitty reverse. What's the rarity for this? I think it's a common, and this is the good, supposedly good card, the rare. Maybe something higher. I don't. I'm trying to build up some hype, but it's gonna be shit because I have no luck whatsoever, and it's, well, Cosmoem, and I don't fucking care. I don't know if I had it, but I don't even care. It's nothing expensive, nothing I can use. So that's over with. We can move on to other topics right now. I apologize if this is being boring for you. I just wanted to, as I said, make some kind of format where I can ramble as long as I want. And now that I'm done with this card opening, I can start talking about some things. First off, I'm trying to, as I speak, since this is the English channel, I'm trying to get rid of the forced accent I had before. I feel like there's nothing bad about my Spanish accent. I tried to hide it too hard before, and I'm trying to not hide it now. So maybe if you watch some other video before and watch this now, maybe you might find a difference, maybe not. who cares? That's just a thought I had in my mind. I wanted to kinda stop forcing my voice so much. So first topic of today. Now that we are like 5 minutes in or something, the first topic I had here was now that we are opening the Pokemon pack. I went to a release event like last weekend, 2 days ago, actually. And well, it was the Sun and Moon Guardians Rising. Um and well, I had some good luck. I didn't even pull anything good. The only good pull I had was a GX, and it was one of the worst GX cards of the set. It was Metagross. I don't know how it's pronounced, but it was one of the worst card. EX, no, not EX. GX cards of the set. And it, well, at least the promo card they gave us was worth a bit of money, but overall it wasn't too good. But I managed to at release events we had like three matches, and I managed to win two of them and have a draw in the third. So it was pretty good. I didn't even lose a match. I think I've never been to any pre-release event or any release event of trading card games where I haven't lost a match. I used to go to Magic the Gathering pre-release events, and I'm going to Pokemon events now. And this is the first event where I didn't even lose a match, so that's pretty good. I'm going to get the two booster packs that they gave every player at the end of the event. I'm gonna get them this Friday, so I'll probably open them on camera just to kill some time. And just after that first topic, I wanted to talk a bit about my life, because it's been fucking wild. It's been fucking wild lately. Those who even give a shit about my channel realize that I don't even upload often. I upload like every month, every 2 months maybe. And that's because I lack the motivation. My life doesn't depend on my YouTube channel, so I lack the motivation to do anything. And as I lack the motivation to even make anything on my channel, I lack the motivation to do anything in life. Basically, it's been depressing lately. This last college year has been fucking depressing, and I ended up dropping out of college. It was my third year, and I was studying fine arts degree. And it's not like I realized I didn't like it or it wasn't my thing, but I realized it would take me too much effort and too much money to finish the degree. And once I was done with it, it wouldn't even matter, because it doesn't matter if you have the fine arts degree or not if you're trying to be an artist. All that matters is what you can do as an artist, not the degree you have. So I said, I'm not gonna spend several thousand euros trying to finish this godforsaken degree or whatever. I'm gonna, now that I can afford to do so, I'm gonna drop out. I'm just gonna leave college, and I'm gonna get a job, and that's what I did. So I got a job. I'm working now. I've been working. This is my third or fourth week working now, and things are going pretty good. I'm starting to get a bit of motivation back, since I've been working so in a pretty mechanical. I think that's the way. It's a factory work, so I have all the time in the world to think about my life and stuff. So I can, as I work, I can think about whatever I want. I've been thinking about making this kind of podcast, what kind of topics I can talk about. And well, overall, I've been thinking about my life, and I've managed to, as I said, get back some motivation. And one of the things I've been thinking about since I have a job now, my motivation is coming back. I've been thinking of moving out of my house. I've been living with my parents since forever, and I've been thinking of that, moving out for the first time. And well, I would do so, since I think I'm gonna earn, even if I earn minimum wage. I think I can afford to live outside, to live outside of my parents' home. But I would need some sort of roommate, to move out, and I don't have that. So as things are now, moving out's gonna have to wait. I don't even have much to discuss. I've been looking at several options. I have a friend who's already living by himself, and I'm trying to move out with him, but it's not very likely to happen because he already has roommates, and it's not like I can force myself in. And any other friends that are willing to move out now can't even afford to do so. So I'm just waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting for some opportunity to come. Any any empty any empty room in some of my friends' house or houses or something. I don't know. Maybe some of my friends has a roommate that's moving out, so they have a free space in their house where I can move out to. Maybe some of my other friends who are living with their parents get so maybe some of them get a job and they can afford to move out with me. As things are now, I cannot afford to move out because I would have to live by just by myself, and that would be too much for me. So that's it. And the other thing that's been going on, I don't think I ever talked about this in any of my channels, but since many months ago, like a little over 2 years ago, some shit happened in my private life, and I've been suffering from I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe depression and anxiety. I don't even know what it is. I've been suffering from that, which I believe it is the cause of my lack of motivation. And now that I am changing up my life, I've dropped out of college. I got a job. I decided to try to put an end to this overall bad mental health situation. I came to a breaking point, and I tried to get over my my I don't know, my trouble. And I don't think I can get out of my trouble of my own problems by myself. So I tried to get some help. Finally, after all this time, I went to a doctor and I asked for help. So I have an appointment with a psychiatrist, but it's not gonna be soon. But it's something at least. I'm hoping to get at least, if I have some sort of disorder, or if I have some sort of depression problem, anxiety, maybe something even worse, at least I can have it diagnosed now. So that's a good thing. I think my life is starting to change for the better. For it's been a long time since I can say my life has been changing for the better. I've been in some deep shit lately, and by lately I mean that, like, over 2 years. The only times I felt like I was doing better was when the short moments where I could forget about whatever was going through my mind that was making everything so dark, and some brief moments where I was meeting some new people that made me forget about all that bad, terrible shit. That was some time where I was feeling better about myself. But now I can safely assume that everything is going to get better eventually. Anyway, moving on to a different topic, something a bit brighter. I want to discuss some of the latest video games that are coming out this year. I know it's been a bit of a change of pace, but this podcast, the purpose of this podcast is to discuss with myself and maybe entertain the two people who decide to listen to this. So I wanna discuss some of the latest games I'm interested in, and for example, Injustice 2 came out recently, and I wanted to get it since I'm very excited for it. Actually, they revealed the first DLC pack not long ago, shortly before it was actually released, and I was actually very excited for the DLC pack, especially because of Starfire getting revealed. But the main problem here with Injustice 2 is that it's only being released on PS4 and Xbox One. So since I don't have any of those systems, I can't even afford to play it. So it's gonna have to wait. Maybe it's gonna get a PC release eventually. I don't know. I can only hope so. I've heard some very positive things about the game, and even if I didn't like the original that much, even if I don't like it, I still played it. I even won a competition once, and I got a Batman Funko Pop. So that's cool. I'm excited for Injustice 2. Hoping that they announce some sort of PC release, even if we have to wait for every DLC to be released. Because if I remember correctly, the first Injustice only came out when on Steam, when every DLC was already available. It was the Ultimate Edition. The base edition didn't come out on PC whatsoever. So maybe it's gonna happen. Maybe that's what's gonna happen with Injustice 2. And if that's what's gonna happen, well, what's it? Maybe we'll have to wait a year, maybe more. I don't know. I'm just hoping that it eventually gets released. What's more besides Injustice 2? ARMS is getting released soon. ARMS for the Nintendo Switch. And same as with Injustice 2, I don't have a Nintendo Switch, but I'm planning on getting one. So I'm even more excited for ARMS, since actually the premise for the game it's even more interesting than Injustice. Maybe the game doesn't seem so competitive at first, but what can I say? I'm a sucker for fighting games. Anything that looks like a fighting game, I'm gonna be interested in. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the release of ARMS. I'm actually considering getting a Nintendo Switch very soon because of this game. I'm not one of those people who wanted to get a Nintendo Switch because of The Legend of Zelda, which was the only game that the console had up until Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was released. So I was only excited for the Nintendo Switch because of ARMS, and also Ultra Street Fighter 2, which I'm gonna talk about in just a moment. And yeah, whatever. I think it's gonna get ARMS is gonna be out maybe halfway through June, I believe. And if I'm hyped enough, I don't think I'm gonna have enough money when it comes out. But if I'm hyped enough, maybe I'll have a Nintendo Switch as soon as this summer, and I'll play ARMS. That's one game I'm interested in. I've been looking at all the characters since the game was announced. Also because I'm a pretty big fan of Punch Out, so boxing games are something I'm gonna be interested in. I've been looking at the games even since it was announced. Basically, I've been looking at all the characters. Now in the internet has become crazy because Twintel was announced, and everyone's in love with her because she got a thick ass, as everyone's saying. And actually, I'm not even interested in Twintel, and I don't know why, but it's not interesting for me. It looks like some characters I'm not even interested in from other games. Some people are claiming that she looks like a mix of Rainbow Mika from Street Fighter, Cerebella from Schoolgirls, and also Bayonetta. Oh fuck, my accent is showing. That's what I meant before. Some people are saying that Twintel looks like those characters, and maybe that's why I don't even like her, because I am not even interested in Rainbow Mika or Cerebella. The only character I'm interested in was Bayonetta. She was good in Smash 4, and I like Platinum Games, so she's the only character in that comparison I am remotely interested in. Maybe that's why I don't like Twintel, but every other character, since the main roster was announced, I've been kind of like looking for which character I'm the most interested in, and I can't even decide because like the two main characters, what's it, Springman and Ribbon Girl. The two main characters look good enough. They are fucking basic. They are generic, but they are nice. I think I might go the easy way and try those first when I get the game. The other one, what's it, Mechanica, the girl that looks like Tron Bonne from Mega Man. She also looks interesting. I don't even know. Every character looks interesting except for a few. Like, I'm not interested in Twintel, as I said, and I'm not interested in the Ninja Boy, Ninjara, I think it's his name. But mostly every other character I'm interested in. I'll have to get the game and try them and try every character by myself to decide. But what the fuck? Every character looks interesting. I can't even decide which one I like the most. So that's it. I'm very hyped for ARMS. Maybe I'll get the Nintendo Switch this summer so I can play. If I had some sort of capture device, I might even try to record something from the channel. I don't know. I started a fighting game series that's only got one chapter in each of my channels, and I haven't even uploaded anything else. Excuse me. I'm taking a little break. I mean, I'm a bit hungry, so I'm eating something right now. I don't even know. I just lost track of what I was talking about. I just know I was mentioning ARMS. As I said, ARMS. I'm interested in that game. I want to play as soon as possible. I'm hoping to get the Nintendo Switch as soon as this summer. And moving on, I'm gonna move on to the next game, which will be, as I said, Ultra Street Fighter 2, as soon as I finish this. Alright, Ultra Street Fighter 2 for the Nintendo Switch as well as ARMS. I don't even know why, but I'm not as hyped for Ultra as I am for ARMS. Maybe because ARMS is something new and I can always play Street Fighter 2 on my PC. It's in every platform. I have Street Fighter 2 for the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. I have it for the Game Boy Advance, and I have several arcade emulators on my PC. So whatever, I can play every version of Street Fighter 2 whenever I want. But I'm kind of excited for Ultra Street Fighter 2. It's one of the games that makes me want to get a Nintendo Switch. And it's releasing, I think it might be releasing this week or the next. I'm not sure. The only new thing that's that this game is bringing to the mix is two new characters. It's Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, if you didn't know. These are two characters that have never been in a Street Fighter 2 version before, but they have been in some other games. I think Street Fighter 2 had Evil Ryu. I don't know if he appeared before. And I remember Violent Ken from SNK versus Capcom, but I'm not sure if he was in any other game. I know he was in SVC, but I'm not sure if he was in any other fighter. So these two are the characters that are gonna be new to Street Fighter 2 in this Ultra edition. And as I said, I'm not as hyped. I have always liked Street Fighter, but I'm kinda, since I always liked Street Fighter, I'm kinda used to it. I don't get hyped for anything new because I'm used to playing it all the time. I don't know. I can't even explain why. But it's one of the games that make me want to get a Switch. So I'm also excited for it. I would have pre-ordered Ultra Street Fighter, even if I don't have the console. I would have pre-ordered it if they gave me some sort of good pre-order bonus. But at my local stores, the only pre-order thing they gave you for pre-ordering this one is a T-shirt, and it doesn't even look good. So I said, you know what, you can keep the fucking T-shirt. I don't even want it. And speaking about pre-orders, now that I'm done with Ultra Street Fighter, I don't even have much to say anymore. Speaking of pre-orders, Tekken 7 is coming out next week, and I have the ultimate version, the collector's edition, I think it's called. I have it pre-ordered, and it's gonna be quite a hit to my wallet. But holy fuck, it does look fucking amazing. I am a bigger fan of Street Fighter and 2D traditional fighters more than I am a fan of Tekken. I wouldn't even consider myself a fan of Tekken, but maybe Tekken 7, now that it's coming out, it's maybe now is the time to get into Tekken more seriously. Maybe now is the time to play online, learn to play properly, because I only knew how to play one character before. And I spent quite a bit of time playing the game, but it's not my kind of thing. I believe that if I can get good at the game, maybe I'll enjoy it more. But it's not the case now, so whatever. I'm excited for Tekken 7 coming out. Now that I have it pre-ordered, I can rest assured that I'm gonna have my copy that I like the first day they have it released. And I'll probably record some sort of unboxing, even if no one cares about it really, just to have 150 euros recorded on tape as I open them. And well, if you need to know, the Ultimate Collector's Edition for Tekken 7 comes with I think a soundtrack or something like that. I believe it comes with a steel case. I don't know if it's a soundtrack too. And the main attraction, of course, it's the fucking game. And I don't know if it comes with every single DLC. I know since I have it pre-ordered that I have early access to one of the DLC characters, but I'm not sure if the collector's edition will come with every DLC character that gets released after this. I'm not sure. I don't even care that much. I'm not the one to care a lot about DLCs unless they are interesting characters, like as I said, Starfire for Injustice 2. That one's got me quite hyped. And well, the main attraction, aside from the Tekken 7 main game, which is as I heard, the Tekken 7 game that we are getting here is like the expanded version of Tekken 7 in Asia, where they had it since more than a year ago. Well, as I was saying, the main attraction of that collector's edition is a huge, huge figure of Kazuya, and Heihachi hitting each other. So I'm pretty excited to have that one in my collection. I'm gonna be pretty proud of it. And talking about collector's editions, the other one that's coming up, and it's fucking awesome. It's gonna be $200, as I heard. We don't even know how's it gonna be in Europe. I think we don't have news about how's it gonna be this collector edition I want to talk about now in Europe. I asked my local store about it, and they didn't know what was gonna be. We don't even know if we are gonna get this expansion version, but I'm hyped for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The collector's edition for that game, as I said, is gonna be $200, and it's gonna have 4 figures starring Mega Man X, Chun-Li from Street Fighter, Captain Marvel, which is one of my favorite female superheroes, and also Iron Man, which I don't even care about, but considering every other character, I care about getting that collector's edition. And apart from, aside from all those figures, it also comes with a small case with all 6 Infinity Stones from the Marvel comics, with LED lighting and everything. And the moment that that collector's edition was revealed, I was so fucking hyped. Marvel vs. Capcom has been a game I've been terrible at since the first time I played. I don't even know how long ago. I've been terrible at the game, but it's always interested me since it's fast-paced. It reminds me of other fast-paced games I like Skullgirls is clearly based on the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Also, we could say Guilty Gear and BlazBlue are also the same kind of fast-paced action with very big super attacks, air dashing, air blocking, and all that. Anyway, as I was saying, I get sidetracked all the fucking time. As I was saying, as soon as the game was mostly revealed, I was fucking hyped. There were, before the actual game was revealed, there were rumors of some sort of Marvel vs. Capcom coming up. Some sort of Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I believe they were the rumors, and I think what was it? Maybe Capcom Pro Tour. I'm not even sure when it was revealed. I don't remember. But everyone went fucking nuts when Infinite was revealed. Me too, because it combined, as I used to play the arcades, it combined Marvel superheroes with the first Marvel vs. Capcom, which is, I don't even know what to say. I'm a retro fag, so I was super happy of just by seeing all these old mechanics, the Infinity Stones and everything else returning. And even the potential for new characters. One of the first characters that was revealed was Captain Marvel, and I fucking loved it. I don't even know. I believe there are some rumors of Miss Marvel being in the game, which is also one of my favorite heroes, at least coming from Marvel. And what can I say? It would make me very happy when the physical versions of the game were advertised for the first time. The story trailer came along. As soon as I saw it, I said, "Listen." I have my friend with me, and I said, "Listen. Now I have a job, so I'm gonna have enough money to spend. I just want this. I'm gonna have this. This needs to be in my hands, and even if I don't know, maybe the special edition doesn't get released in Europe or something. I don't even care. I'm willing to go any extra mile I can go to get that huge edition in my collection. That's all I can say. And also, as I said with Tekken. I've never been good at Marvel vs. Capcom. But maybe this is the time to get good. Maybe this is time to maybe learn the game, learn how to play, get into some competitive matches. Maybe if I see it in some local convention or something, maybe take part in some tournament. I don't know. I just want to play some good Marvel since I didn't have a PS3 or an Xbox or anything, so I couldn't play Ultimate MVC3. And now I'm fucking hyped because I can play the newest game as soon as it comes out. I just fuck. This is going so positive. I've been for I come from a depressing note talking about my life to a very positive one talking about games I'm excited about. I don't know, man. I want to play. I want to play all these fucking games. I want to play Injustice, even if I can't. I want to get. I want to make any friend who has the PS4 buy the game and let me play or something. I want to get ARMS as soon as I can. Maybe not Ultra Street Fighter. I'm not that much excited about because, as I said, I can play any Street Fighter 2 whenever I want. But I want to play Tekken 7. I want to play some MVC Infinite. I want to play everything, dude. I don't even know, man. I'm just rambling at this point, but I'm even if it doesn't seem so because my voice is very monotone. I'm just pumped. I wanna see all these games. I wanna get the highest version of the game I can afford. As I said, I'm gonna spend all my earnings buying the latest version. Also, I mean the biggest version of Tekken 7. I want to get the biggest version of Marvel, and I'm not sure. I think there's not gonna be any big version of ARMS or Ultra Street Fighter coming up, but I would get them too. Maybe if there was some sort of merchandise, I would be more interested, since my main motivation to get the biggest version of Tekken and Marvel are the figures, actually. So I wish there was a big version of ARMS and Ultra Street Fighter with some sort of figure or poster, a metallic, like a steel case or something. I would love to be able to get that. And moving on to the next topic, I want to talk about, well, some pages I manage. We could say that. As you know, maybe if you have seen any of my other videos, you might know I have some Twitter account I use sometimes, even if it's just a shitpost. I have a Facebook page I'm trying to use more often. Everything else I'm gonna mention now, you'll have the links in the description and also maybe in your screen. I don't know. I have the basics. I have a Twitter account I use to shitpost. I have a Facebook page. I'm trying to use it more often, so I'm posting maybe like every 2 days. I don't know. I'm starting to use it more to talk about the games I want to get. Maybe posting some pictures. I posted some cosplay shots I did not too long ago. Even some pictures I took with a cosplay, a fucking shitty cosplay I made. And there's also other pages I am running with some friends that I want to talk about. The first one is called. Hold on. Let me get the actual. Let me get the actual page because the name is a bit long. The first page is called Dude Fed, like Dude Federation or something like that. And the name stands for Digital Ultimate Drive EX Fireball Edition Dojo. As I said, it was long, and most of the time I can't even remember the full name. It's some sort of fighting game organization we're trying to get going in our area. That's all I can say. I can say you can try to show us some support or something if you want to follow us, but it's mainly some local stuff. We want to organize some tournaments. It's the page at the moment is fucking dead because we tried to organize a tournament and we failed miserably. But we wanna get something going as soon as we have some time and money to get some tournaments going, to get some maybe meetups or something in our area. So that's it. Maybe if you want to show us some support, do it, please. I'm begging you. I'm gonna kiss. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself if you don't do it. Um, and then the next page I want to talk about. It's a meme page I'm running with some friends, mostly the same people who are running the Dude Fed page with me. And this one is called Mad Cats Botswana. It's basically one of those meme pages that are a parody or of a certain business like Starbucks. I've seen Starbucks parodies, Blockbusters, Domino's Pizza, which are parodies like of those businesses but located in Africa. Like I don't know, it's Domino's Pizza Zimbabwe. Um, what's the other Blockbuster Uganda? Also, I think Starbucks was also Uganda. And well, we decided to make something that was more appropriate for our taste. We decided to make the Mad Cats branch for Botswana. And well, mainly the page is gonna be shitposting. You could say is racist humor, and I'm not gonna blame you if you believe this is racist humor, because maybe I believe so. I think it's slightly racist. But we also shitpost about retro video games, about the fighting games, of course. You can follow us there. You can show us your support. Maybe we're trying to make the page more popular. I think if you're still watching this video, maybe you're a friend of mine and you already know the page. So whatever. Try to give the page more popularity, please. Right now it's sitting at six, maybe 7 likes. So we're trying to get it going, because I think if it gets popular, we can get something like, I don't know. I think we can break 1,000 likes if it gets popular because of any reason. And well, as I said, it's mostly retro gaming. The idea started with some sort of bad controller shitpost, because it's Mad Cats, but it's an African branch. We try to make it about bad peripherals and bad controllers and everything, but now we're just shitposting about old games, joking about people in Africa not being able to afford more modern games, and also that's a way we can talk about some games we like or we even don't like Street Fighter, the first one for the Commodore 64, which is fucking garbage, but I bought it just because it's a joke in that page, which has 6 likes. Anyway, as I said, we are trying to make this meme page about things we like, so we can shitpost a bit, make some banter, and also whatever. We are talking about things we enjoy. So if you are interested in that, if you're interested in old games, in fighting games, if you like Mad Cats, which, well, filed for bankruptcy this year, if you like them, maybe follow us. Maybe we can shitpost something that you like. I think I don't have nothing more to say when it comes to pages I'm running and shit like that. So I'm moving on to the next topic, which is Samurai Jack ending this last weekend after over 15 years of the show having started. So the original Samurai Jack came out in 2001, if I'm not mistaken. It ran for 4 seasons, and this year, 2017, Adult Swim decided to give it a new season, a 5th season, which lasted 10 episodes, I believe, and just ended. It's been a fucking long time. It's been 15 years. And all I can say, maybe our hopes were too high for a show that most people like from when we were younger. Maybe, as I said, maybe we got our hopes too high, but the show itself, for me, it was a bit of a disappointment. I'm not gonna shit on it just for free. I just think it didn't live up to the hype. Samurai Jack was a good show, and it was good as long as it was running. But when it had to come to an end, I believe they couldn't give it a fitting end. The ending didn't make the show justice. I believe that's the correct phrase I was trying to use. The ending wasn't good enough for what I believe Samurai Jack is capable of. It even seems like it was too quick. Like the show had 4 seasons, maybe I don't know, maybe until 10 years ago, maybe a bit over 10 years ago, and 10 years after that, they make only one season with 10 episodes, and in 10 episodes they have to basically establish a new plot and finish it and finish the whole thing. And well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was shit. It just wasn't it wasn't as good as I think it should have been. It's after all, it's Samurai Jack. It had to be good, but I don't know. Everyone was so hyped. Everyone liked it so much, and it's not. I don't want to play the hipster, but when the show was, I wanna try to avoid spoilers for those who haven't seen it. I would recommend watching it. That's what I can say. I still recommend watching it, but I believe these 10 episodes, this fifth season, hasn't been that much interesting. The plot has advanced a lot in these 10 episodes, but it felt forced most of the time. Whenever there was some kind of character development, it felt not as much, not forced actually. Sorry, not forced actually, but rushed. Rushed is what I wanted to say. Um, I feel like the show could have maybe this new show could have lasted for 2 seasons instead of one, like 20 episodes. I mean, the character development was too fast. It didn't feel natural. It felt like every character, whenever there was some sort of character development, it was too quick to be relatable or something. I don't know. I still recommend it, as I said. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. I try to avoid any sort of spoilers, so I hope I didn't fuck you up. If you're gonna comment about this, please be mindful of everyone who's maybe reading what you're commenting on. Try to be spoiler free. I can stop you, but whatever. Do whatever you want. Just politely asking for a no spoiler zone for whoever wants to watch it. It's still been less than a week since the show ended, so let's keep it peaceful, please. And now that I'm done with this, now that I'm done talking about this show, that, well, I have yet to make another comment. Actually, when the show hadn't started yet, when it was announced but it hadn't started yet, everyone who was hyped about it, I tried to tell them, you know what? Look at all these other show revivals lately. I think there hasn't been a good revival in animation in a long time, and everyone seems to hate revivals or shows that go for too long. Everyone seems to hate those, and I was trying to be skeptical about Samurai Jack. I said, well, it's Adult Swim, but fuck, even them can fuck this show up, and to some degree, I believe they did, because it wasn't that good, but it wasn't bad either. So maybe we can expect. I don't know. I'm afraid of expecting any more cartoon revivals coming up next. Now that Samurai Jack has been kind of successful, maybe some other shows will get too confident and try to get a revival, and it won't be good. So I'm kind of afraid in that sense. And now that I have this close, let's move to the almost the last topic I want to talk about. Maybe some of you know, if you know me personally, I've probably told you about this. I used to write stories and characters, sort of like short stories. I don't know how to call it. The internet culture will call them fan fictions or OCs, but mine were, I mean, mine weren't based on any pre-existing franchise or anything. Mine were just original characters I based on actual history and culture. And since they are, since most of the stories I write are actually not very convoluted and also lack a lot of seriousness, I thought that maybe I could market these stories I write towards smaller kids, not very little children, but maybe kids aged 10 to 12 maybe. I think that my stories, which are maybe comparable to some sort of shonen manga or anime, they are simple, and most of the time they are childish, and even maybe what's making me hesitate is some of these stories have some complicated themes. I used to write shit about dark magic, mythology and gods. I also used historical characters like, I don't know, Rasputin, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. I used some sort of characters, and it that could also be interpreted as politics, even if I only used them because they were famous people, not because they were politicians or anything. My stories lacked any form of political or social commentary. They were just for entertainment. I believe most of the things I do are just for entertainment, not for politic stuff. Even if I make a lot of politics videos, that's probably the only thing I do. Most of the other things, I try not to push an agenda with whatever I'm writing or drawing or whatever. So I think I treat serious topics like, as I said, magic, death, mythology. Well, mythology being real, but I based it on actual gods. Like, I used actual gods from actual real religions. So maybe if I adapted those stories I wrote for little kids, I would have to tone it down. I would have to make things not as dark, or maybe the dark stuff I would need to dumb it down. And probably I would have to change the name of the gods I would use. Maybe instead of making some edgy god like, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to use the god of death, for example. I would have to change it to something else which is more kid friendly, even if it's something negative. But I would rather use the god of anger or something like that than the god of death, if that gets me permission to sell books to kids. So I think I would have to tone down all those topics. Maybe all the historical characters I write would have to be just original characters, not based on actual people. So I don't know. I'm kind of interested. I wanna look into it. Maybe I don't know. As I said, my stories are simple enough. I think, like, the standards for writing uh, young adult novels, like novels for teenagers, are too high. So I said my stories are too simple to market towards that kind of demographic, but maybe I can market them towards kids or smaller kids. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some sort of example of some kind of book I could compare it to, but it wouldn't even be as complicated as Harry Potter, for example. It would be something even simpler than that. You know, it would be like just fairy tales. Maybe a bit more convoluted than fairy tales, but just open-ended stories, maybe set in the same kind of universe, like stories which have a beginning and an end and recurring characters and everything. But I don't know, how do you call it? Picture books with pictures for kids, which are very easy to read, very easy to understand, with colorful characters. Even if I'm treating negative topics like magic beings, like vampires and all that jazz, I think I could sell that to kids, and I'm very interested. I want to look into it. It's been something that's been interesting me lately, and I think it's gonna keep me interested for a while, and it's gonna keep my motivation up. So, like I talked about my motivation at the beginning of the podcast. I think it's gonna keep my motivation up. Maybe it's gonna get me writing again. If I find out a way of knowing which standards I have to go by to write kids books, which things I gotta tone down, which things I shouldn't use. Maybe if I can find some sort of guidelines for that, I'm gonna start writing again. Maybe I'll start writing new characters, even if I have a shit ton of old characters to go by. Maybe I'll start writing new ones. After all, the stories I write, even if I've said there's some violent stuff, it's mostly superhero things. You know, many kids have read or watched Spider-Man, and they know that one of the main motivations of Spider-Man is his uncle dying. So I don't even have to tone it down that much for kids that age. I don't know. I'm not sure, and that's what's got me worried. But as I said, my stories are very simple. They are basically superhero stories with some fantasy elements. It's a mix of fantasy and sci-fi. So it's very simple. I could market it to kids. I feel like it's simple enough to market it to kids, and the standards for kids writing, like, you have to tone down everything, but the standards aren't too high. So that's what's got me interested. I don't want to have don't want to have very high standards, since it's not my job. It's just a hobby of mine to write. I don't want to live because of this. Live? Oh fuck! I don't want to earn a living out of this. Sorry. So I don't have that much time to write a huge novel for that adults can read. I want to write something simple that kids can like, and maybe even parents. I don't know, or maybe parents will believe my stories are too weird for kids. I don't know. That was one of my worries. One of the things that got me interested lately. I'm thinking about it a lot. I'm talking to friends about what things I could do, what actions I could tone down, what characters I should rewrite because they are too violent in nature, or I don't know, or what things I have to make simpler because they are too complicated for smaller kids to understand. That's what I'm thinking about lately. If you could help about everything else I'm worried about, if you can teach me something about which things are okay for kids and which things aren't, I would appreciate your help. You can always hit me up or on my Facebook page or on my Twitter. You can always help, and I would appreciate it a lot. And moving on to the last thing I want to talk about today, it's gonna be some sort of audience suggested things. I asked on Facebook for some suggested topics, and a friend of mine commented a few questions. So I'm gonna go through them in some sort of rapid fire action. The first question is, why is Max such a faggot? Max is the boyfriend of this person who just commented. And if you're listening to me right now, I wish I knew why Max is such a faggot. I mean, he's just he's your boyfriend. What can I say? Maybe it's because of you. In fact, I think it's because of you. It's not maybe. I'm pretty sure it's because of you. The next question, or I don't even know if I can call it a question, because it's just Team Skull and a bunch of question marks. What can I say about Team Skull? I just cracked open a Pokemon card booster or whatever. I wanted to get the Team Skull card, and I don't even have it. I opened maybe like 10 Pokemon packs for Sun and Moon, and I still don't have even the basic Team Skull card. I want to get like the Fall Art one, which I've been looking for since day one, and I still don't have it. Another thing I can say about Team Skull, the cosplay I talked about a while ago, it was a Team Skull cosplay. Actually, I did it with my sister, and there are some pictures on Facebook and on Twitter, so you can Look at them if you want. They are just there. I wanna wear that cosplay a bit some more time. If I go to some convention this summer, I'm definitely gonna wear it. And I'm thinking about wearing it also to any bigger convention next fall. So yeah, that's all I can say regarding Team Skull. Fuck, shut up. Next question: is the Earth round or flat? I haven't seen it myself because I haven't been to space, but I believe it is round. If it was flat, uh, I can't even reason what to. I can't even think of something to say if the Earth was flat. I just don't believe it, and I think I'm just retarded because I'm answering this question unironically. Anyway, let's move on because I'm just gonna be cringing right now. Do lizard people exist? Actually, just like the previous question, I'm not even sure. I don't know why. Well, I don't know why. No, I don't know if they exist or not. But I can say I wish they existed because actually, am I the only one who thinks lizard people would be fucking amazing? I mean, well, maybe I believe they would be fucking amazing because they don't exist, and if they existed, they would be just people with different skin or something like that. But I don't know. I think it would be. I don't want to fall into furry territory, but I think it would be. It would be actually nice to be a lizard people. It would be pretty edgy. So I don't know if they exist. I don't know, but I would like them to exist, and I would like to be one. If that answers the question. And the last question, it's not even a question, is Hitler did nothing wrong. Everything was a hoax. Agreed. Hitler did nothing wrong. And I'm moving on to the next and last question of the day, or question, whatever. It's not even a question. My boy Travis, I think it's Travis. I don't know how it's pronounced, so excuse me. My boy Travis only said, "My name is Jeff." Well, actually, my name is Jeff. It's a bit of an outdated meme. It's been resurfacing lately. I don't know yet. I don't even know why, but it's fun. It's amusing, even if it's just retarded and unfunny. I find it amusing. It always manages to crack me up a bit, and I haven't seen 22. Is it 22 Jump Street or 21 Jump Street? My name is Jeff. I think my name is Jeff is from 22 Jump Street. I haven't seen that movie and I want to watch it. So my name is Jeff. Maybe I'll meet some friend or friends in a while and I'll watch that movie and laugh when the memes happen because memes are funny and everything. And with that said, and whatever, that was the last topic I wanted to discuss today. I don't even know how long this is gonna be. I think it's maybe an hour or so. This concludes the first LORZ-cast. Fucking hell, I don't even know. LORZ-cast? LORZ? I don't even know. Whatever. This concludes the first pilot episode of this podcast. You can check the description for any links I have mentioned. You can hit me up on Twitter or on Facebook if you want to maybe suggest something for any possible future episodes. I don't even know if I'm going to make more. Maybe if I like you enough, maybe you can take part in some future episode of the LORZ-cast because I've already talked to some friend and talked about making the next episode between two people instead of just me. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and now I'm gonna play some sort of ending music so you know this is over. Bye bye, and I hope you watch me next time or something.
You never see it coming.